Ready?
Hundreds of extras running around.
At least 20 different islands.
3 large pirate ships.
900 pieces.
Couple of 100,000 gold coins.
Everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
It's been rather challenging.
It was really fun.
We get to do this.
It's way more intense than anything I've done before.
Nice! Excellent!
I hope it's a real entertaining, fun ride.
You don't know what this is, do you? Aztec gold.
My agent called and said, how do you feel about a pirate movie? Those don't come along that often. Sprawling, epic, pirate movie.
The way you get an audience to really embrace a movie is go against the grain. Get somebody you'd never expect to be in a movie.
I mean, come on, it's Johnny, Orlando, Jeffrey, and Kira. I mean, you can't go wrong.
I think there's a John Huston quote that says, I relieve myself of the rigors of directing by casting the movie correctly, and that certainly happened here.
Not sure I deserve that. Giselle.
It's sort of like a childhood dream, isn't it? You know, be able to be a pirate.
Damn it, Jack, I was almost liking you.
I know.
I thought this guy has got to be just a dirty fighter. He just had a sword on his belt, probably from the time he was about 13, and just knew how to hack off heads and skewer people.
The moonlight shows us all what we really are.
She's a modern girl stuck in an 18th century world, so she's great fun to play.
Will's love for her. He's quite straight-laced, but it's like if you imagine him in one of those kind of corsets that Kira wears. It's like really tight at the beginning of the movie, and he's like can hardly breathe, and everything's kind of really tense. As the movie moves through, and as Will kind of grows, he sort of starts to untie the lace, as it were, and he kind of starts to breathe more and kind of become more of a real person.
As much as my daughter might like him, his prospects aren't very good, and I'd be much happier if she married Commodore Norrington.
Norrington is basically the scourge of piracy in the Eastern Caribbean.
Pirate?
I suppose I bring light where there is dark, and air freshener to where pirates have recently vacated.
It was so much fun, and it looks like so much fun when you see it. You know, you're going to come out of there and go, be bubbling with excitement.
I get the feeling that people don't really make films like this much anymore.
What's missing now that was there in that golden age of Hollywood? It was those great character actors under contract. And that was what we did as we were writing this screenplay. We said, we're going to feature these guys, and we're going to make their characters a fun and interesting and important part of the story.
Open fire!
We've got so much in terms of this story and the characters, and who knows what and who doesn't know what, and who's going to take advantage of who.
This is my first time on a Bruckheimer production, and it's quite impressive, I have to say.
We want to make the film entertaining, and the way you make it entertaining is give them curveballs all the time and fastballs. It's called Pirates of the Caribbean, so you don't want to shoot it in Long Beach, you want to shoot it in the Caribbean.
We had a location person that scouted all the way from the Bahamas and Puerto Rico all the way to South America to find the right look of the film.
It's amazing when you scout a film like this how quickly you realize that the world is, you know, insanely overpopulated. You just go out looking for a cul-de-sac shaped bay, and to find one that doesn't have a hotel in it, they just don't exist.
We picked St. Vincent because it didn't have much. You know, it had a few piers in the water. We extended that one pier. We built a couple of other piers, and then we augmented a couple of existing buildings, and then we added to the town so we could make it look like our universal backlot.
What do you need?
It was a huge challenge. We had to call upon some of the neighboring islands to kind of help support the size movie we had. The airport only handles small planes, so we chartered a 747 and flew into St. Lucia and then brought everybody over by boat. We brought about 400 people, and we, I think, bought about every hotel room on the island. And then we've hired several hundred of the local St. Vincent population to work on the crew as well.
It's the lunch boat.
Everything that they say about water movies is true. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Just feeding the crew because as soon as you start shooting in the morning, you're 4 miles out. So suddenly you've got this kind of armada behind you trying to catch up, chasing you, just with sandwiches.
We brought 99% of everything with us. Yeah, because we did a lot of manufacturing on this job. And the thing that's hard when you're doing a period piece like this is the availability of quantity. It's almost impossible. So what you typically have to do are research certain items and then manufacture them.
These two guys on this platform looking that way, you guys looking out to sea.
Marineland is a closed-up amusement park. We built a fort there. So once we scouted the St. Vincent, we found the direction of the sun, and we found a location that matched that so that when we built our fort, the sun path would be exactly the same.
That fort is made of cement and plaster skins. It's all a facade. It's all smoke and mirrors. The walls were all framed up with plywood behind them, and we put our skins on it. We knew that there was going to be a lot of talent up on the deck, so those were all framed in lumber and heavy plywood. Then we'd do a metal lath and a concrete base over that. So we basically used a stamping method, just like they stamp concrete for a driveway.
Start the muzzle flash!
We couldn't go to shoot an existing location because the pirates rampage, set it on fire, swing on the chandeliers.
Hello, Poppy.
It's all built from scratch. We built the interior location at the Raleigh Studios, Manhattan Beach, and then we built the exterior facade at Marineland, and then we built a miniature model to do a CG composite in the island at the location it is on the hillside.
The cave set is one of the largest sets built on a stage in Hollywood. And it's a centerpiece in the movie because that's where the cursed treasure is essentially hidden.
We were trying at that point to take a little bit of the Disney feel in the cave and the ride at Disneyland. So we came up with the concept that the Aztec gold is hidden in this volcanic cave in the mountains.
It took about 5 months to build it, with over 100 craftsmen working on it. It was partly sculpted out of styrofoam and partly built with wood framed and plastered.
We have basically a little over 4 feet of water, so it's a difficult set to shoot in. It's very tight.
I take a lot of pride in the fact that tank never leaked. I have an excellent crew, and that's what it's all about. I really feel on this film we had the cream of the crop of Hollywood, because everybody just thought it would be really cool to work on.